they better get season tickets right now because before long, they probably won't be able to.
It's all about the Badgers.
Don't flinch. The greatest coach in Wisconsin history is on the air.
It's over. The Wisconsin Badgers win 17-9. They are the first Big Ten team ever to win successive Rose Bowl games.
Live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, this is the Barry Alvarez Show on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What are your emotions right now?
Just like the old days.
Alongside Rose Bowl champions Derek Engler and Tarek Saleh, here's Jesse Nelson.
A special road trip edition of the Barry Alvarez Show, live from Hard Rock Casino Rockford. For the second time in 3 weeks, we make the trip down across the Wisconsin border into the state of Illinois for the Barry Alvarez Show, talking all things Wisconsin Badgers, college football, and more. Alongside Rose Bowl champions Tarek Saleh and Derek Engler. Where's Coach?
Well,
What'd you do with them?
Obviously, the dice table's hot, Jesse, and you're kind of the culprit.
I am guilty. I am, yes.
First-time roller, Tarek hits his point 3 times in a row. Coach is, being coach. Hey, he's coaching him up, right?
I love it.
Oh yeah, and he hits his point 3 times in a row. So he kind of
Jesse. You have
ignited the fire.
You are near and dear
so
to Coach's heart.
I can see from here he's still holding court at the end of the table.
Yes, he
so
is.
There's obviously a hot roll. So he'll join us when that roll ends. I guarantee it.
I love this. This is so good. All right, so we're at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, and avid fans of the show may recall that a couple of weeks ago when we were here, I was invited by you guys at the end of the show, Coach included. Coach was really the main person who said, "Come on down, let's roll, let's throw some dice when we're done." And I got nervous. I'd never played craps at the table before. I'd played like the video machine once or twice. And I was like, I kind of get the game. I don't fully understand it. And I walked over. It was a full table. Everyone's in there shoulder to shoulder. Derek and Coach are hanging out. And I panicked. And I was like, I'm not going to sign up. I flinched. I flinched is what I did. And so I brought that to Wilde and Tausch's attention the next morning. They got after me pretty good, as did all of our fans.
Yep.
That's kind of my role around here. And so I took it upon myself over the last 2 weeks. I was going to learn the game. I was going to play at a proficient enough level where I could step up to the table and stand next to Coach and hopefully win some money. And so we drove down here this evening. We walk in. We got time before the show gets started. We head over to the craps table. I pull up right next to Coach. I'm watching Derek and Coach are having a good time for a little bit. I don't know where you were.
I was at the bar.
He's eating. He already ate.
I got the steak burger. I had
He's giving me the whole
couple drinks.
And you've already recommended the steak burger.
Watching the pregame.
Getting ready for Barry Alvarez's grandson.
Ferguson.
He's telling me the green beans are sautéed. I'm like, what? We're at the dice table. You think I care about your green beans
I caught hell
being
for
sautéed?
from Hopper for not ordering the fries. So,
But were the green beans good? I'm sure they were.
Oh, they were great. The food's awesome here. And by the way, we're not at Ruth Chris. We
are at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
There you go.
On
Thank
the
you
stage
very
at the
much.
Hard Rock Cafe. Yeah,
Come on down here.
The big boy
Place is
skyline at the
rocking.
start of the show. It is a fun Monday night to be here. So we pull up to the craps table, and I'm standing next to Barry. I put some money down on the table after I got the rhythm. I see Derek and Barry doing their thing. And the roll is with Derek. I win a few bucks with Derek. Roll throwing. It was nice. It wasn't much. It was a little something.
Short-lived.
And then it goes to Coach. And then Coach said, Jesse, you're throwing. I said, oh, my God. What?
The pressure's on.
This escalated so quickly. I mean, we went from I didn't even want to put any money on the table at first because I'm nervous. And all of a sudden, I'm the one throwing the dice. And Coach is coaching me up on where to play some money. And it turns out I won.
And he was telling you back up that play line.
Very much.
Good odds.
He told me one bet in particular. Make sure you make this bet. I put it down. Next roll, one big on it.
Yeah, because you hit your point.
It was amazing. That was 15 minutes of my life that I will never forget.
It was a good roll.
If you didn't roll right, you may not be here right now. The fact that you rolled right, you are now forever in Coach's heart,
And apparently it went so well that I won Coach enough money with the rolls I was throwing that he's
going.
Still hanging out over there. So it's a hot table for Coach Barry Alvarez here at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. So Coach will join us here in a few minutes on the show, special 2-hour edition. So he's got plenty of time to get over here and join us on the stage at the Hard Rock Casino Rockford. The Hard Rock Cafe is where we are, front and center. Best setup we ever have for a remote broadcast. We're spoiled with the opportunities we get to have here at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. This place is amazing. It's beautiful. It's clean. It's large. It's gorgeous. They have so much great live entertainment, not including us, including all the musical artists that come through. This is just an amazing venue in Rockford and a short drive from Madison.
Yeah, so close to Madison. You got to come down and check it out. Come down and watch the Monday night game, or any this weekend. Watch the Badgers play Washington. It is a great place to watch football and hang out and eat.
You got the sports book where if you're into such things, you could bet the Badgers this weekend against the Washington Huskies or any game throughout the course of the season.
What's that line?
Good spot. I haven't seen it, actually. I'm going to go check that here during our first commercial break. The NFL Sundays
are
great
20.
here.
I'm going to go maybe 15, 12.
19 and a half.
We'll go check the official line here.
Wow.
Hard Rock Rockford in a little bit. That's tough. Washington and Wisconsin coming up this weekend.
Hard to argue.
3:30 kickoff at Camp Randall Stadium. What we're going to do throughout the course of the show tonight, I'm really excited to do this. When Coach joins us up here on stage, much of tonight is going to be Q&A night. We're not coming off a Wisconsin football game from last week. So we've had a lot of fans who have reached out throughout the course of this season with some of the commentary that you guys and that Coach Alvarez have shared on this show. And so with that commentary, with some of that feedback from our fans, we've curated many of the questions to address. And so we'll have a few that are already ready to go from social media, from the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. Less is more.
Carbless.
844-770-3776. And you have a chance to call in if you'd like tonight live and ask your questions as well per Coach's request. 844-770-3776. So start lining those up. Riley Yauk is our producer back in the Everlight Solar studio at ESPN Madison. He is standing by, waiting to take your phone calls. Questions for Coach Barry Alvarez on the state of Wisconsin football. And Tarek and Derek, we want to make sure they're questions that you guys can weigh in on as well.
I may order a carbless.
There you go.
Well, Tarek was infamous back in the day, because we've been doing this show for a long time. But he would chase callers off.
You don't like the call. So Tarek, Barry's over here at the dice table saying, let's get some calls tonight.
He would, and Rutledge would, keep,
jabbing.
Jamming.
It's classic Rutledge.
To the point where he's berating the caller. So
what happens is they call up and they just have an opinion. They don't have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So they just state something, and you're like, what's your question?
That does happen. So, okay, Tarek's a critic. If you do want to give us a call tonight, we are live on the ESPN Wisconsin app, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. We will take your questions in the YouTube comments as well for tonight's stream. And remember, you got to subscribe to the ESPN Madison YouTube channel in order to leave those comments with us. Subscriber-only mode, which is awesome, though, because you're going to want to subscribe to the channel anyway so that you get notified every time we go live.
How about through higher, education and, playing sports, they always say, there's no bad question, right? No stupid question. I have asked really bad questions over the course of my life.
I have heard some of them.
I've gotten yelled at. I've got things thrown at. There are bad questions. When they say they're not, they lied. The whole institution has lied to us.
I gotta admit.
They're bad questions.
I'm Team Tarek on this one. There's some bad questions.
Plenty.
There are some bad questions that are out there. We hope to weed through those. I will play a little bit of the role of gatekeeper here tonight to make sure that we're picking only the best questions that we can present for you guys, for Coach here at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. We want to make sure we're making the most of our time here. Our 2-hour special on this Monday evening, November 3rd, as we get set for the Cowboys and the Cardinals tonight. Barry Alvarez's grandson, Jake Ferguson, going to be out on the field for the Dallas Cowboys. So that's going to be really fun that we're going to have the Monday night game on with Coach right here with us.
Well, if there was a hotel here, we wouldn't be leaving. We'd be watching the game right after the show and gambling at the same time and, probably having a few adult beverages. So, we're going to have some fun. And, Jesse, thank you for driving us.
Yeah. I played the role of Uber driver tonight on the way down here.
Did a great job.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Car was super clean.
We'll see if we get back.
You'll get 5 stars.
Yep. 5 stars for sure.
All right. Hey, that's the nicest thing you guys have ever said to me, I think. 844-770-3776. Again, that is the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. Less is more. It's your way into the show. You can text us your questions. You can call in with your questions. You can share them in the ESPN Madison live stream on YouTube, the comments there for us to review. And we have a pre-arranged list already that I've accumulated from social media, from the text line, from previous shows, ready to go for these guys, for Coach. Can't wait to get to that coming up here in just a few minutes at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Before we dive into the Q&A portion of the show, guys, I guess just one quick question here. Washington does come to town Saturday afternoon at Camp Randall Stadium. We'll check the line here officially at Hard Rock Casino Rockford in a few moments over at the Sportsbook just over to our left. But initial thoughts here coming out of the bye with 4 games to go before this season comes to a close. Derek, what are we thinking for Wisconsin-Washington on Saturday?
Well, obviously, coming off a bye week, you really want to see some improvement. I thought there was a lot of positives that, came in that rain-soaked game in Eugene, and especially defensively, but also in the run game. I hope that they really, they really focused on that and what they did good in that Oregon game, took it into the bye week, we got young players everywhere, right? Especially in the offensive line. Other than Malman and Brunner, notwithstanding, a lot of these younger guys, especially Renfro's now, had surgery, as did Dylan, the running back, last week. They're done for the year. But you have to really expand on what you did against Oregon, and I think it was just under 4 yards of rush, 3.8. I really like that. We can't throw the ball, so let's focus on what we've always done well here, and move the chains, get some sustainability. Well, that must have been a long roll,
look
Coach.
Who made it all the way up onto the stage here at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If it's none other than the head coach, Barry Alvarez himself, making his dramatic entrance after a hot night at the dice table.
So you can get on.
Come on
the
in,
screen
Coach.
Here.
Stand on my cord.
Come on in, Coach.
You can move in so we can get you on the screen here. And
well, we were just starting to talk.
That had been a hot roll.
We were just starting to talk Wisconsin-Washington. That all can wait. How was the time over at the table, Coach?
It was a fun roll. When somebody hangs on to the dice for a little bit, if you've ever played dice, it's fun. So you get one of those, you can't leave. So it was fun.
Well, we are glad that you enjoyed I enjoyed playing next to you as well.
You know what? I would have loved to have missed this show tonight.
if you never had to give it up.
It would have been very well worth it.
That would have been financially
Well, Jesse was on his way. He hit 3 points.
Yeah.
Jesse the Haas.
I was
Jesse
working.
the Haas was there.
I was doing the best I could for you, Coach. Thank you for coaching me up at the table. I do appreciate it, and I'm glad that we're all getting to enjoy this together along with all the fans who are out here tonight at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. When we come back, Coach, you just got here and we got to take a commercial break. That's how it works around here. So when we come back, we're going to start to dive into the Q&A portion of the show from you, the fans, here on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line, 844-770-3776. This is more. Questions from you, the fans, for the Rose Bowl champions and the legendary former head coach and athletic director, Barry Alvarez. That's still straight ahead on the Barry Alvarez Show on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Don't touch that cocktail.
I'd love to coach a game like that.
Oh, man.
They may not see a pass in the second half. I'd run that clock. That game would be over. We'd be home having cocktails at 3:30.
Coach will be back after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. GRB Academy wants to be part of your plan to reach your potential. Utilize GRB Academy's 52,000 square foot facility, 14 batting cages, and 6,000 square foot weight room. Personal lessons at the GRB Baseball Academy are available year-round. With over 300 college players and over 150 Division I players, GRB has consistently led the way in the Midwest for college recruitment and player development. Visit their website, grbacademy.com, for more information. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Bud Light's impactful initiative with Folds of Honor. This fall, Bud Light and Folds of Honor need your help to highlight the stories of those who gave their all in service of our country. If you know the family of a fallen or wounded veteran or first responder, then submit their story to be recognized by Kyle Brust and Nortman. Now through the week of Veterans Day, November 11th, submit the story of a service member for their family's chance to be featured on the air along with a Milwaukee basketball weekend experience. Text HONOR to 844-770-3776 and honor the families of those who've kept our family safe.
Attention business owners and executives. Looking for a bank that's invested in your community as you are? Look no further than Starion Bank. As a Dane County community bank, Starion offers competitive deposit and loan rates while actively supporting local initiatives. Visit a business banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, and Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, full-service business banking, lending, and cash management.
Game day in Wisconsin calls for a big play. The Big Dinner Box from Pizza Hut. 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks, all for just $19.99. That's enough for you to feed your whole lineup and the fans before kickoff. Hand-tossed, pan, thin and crispy, even tavern style. Pizza Hut has something for every seat in the stadium. Order now for delivery or carryout at pizzahut.com or on the app. Fuel your game day with the Big Dinner Box. Pizza Hut. Feed good times.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit condonjeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Hey Badger fans, this is Corey Sparks telling you that ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day is the place to be after every Badgers football game. And Saturday, November 8th, join Riley Yauk and myself after the final whistle between Wisconsin and Washington as we host the post-game party at Seminole Tap in Fitchburg. Instant reactions, analyzing the QB position, and an overall look at the future of this program. So as soon as the game is over, you know where to go. It's all on the ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day post-game show, brewed by Coors Light.
The Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Neutral Vodka Seltzer, an official partner of UW Athletics. Made with real vodka and real juice. Keep it tasty on game day with a Neutral Vodka Seltzer.
Monday night edition of the Barry Alvarez Show live from Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Jesse Nelson, Tarek Saleh, Derek Engler, and the legendary head coach and former athletic director at the University of Wisconsin, Barry Alvarez, live on stage at Hard Rock Cafe at the Hard Rock Casino Rockford. We're with you till 8 o'clock tonight. And we are going to jump into the Q&A portion of tonight's show where we hear from you, the fans. Coming off a week where we had no Wisconsin football game, we want to make sure that we talk about whatever you find to be most relevant for this Wisconsin football season. So, curating a lot of the questions that are coming in either tonight or from past shows. Wanted to make sure we took some time to address that tonight with you, Coach. So,
I will tell you this.
Yes.
So we're looking at, I don't know how many TVs in front of us.
There's a lot of them.
We're going to make sure that they get the Cowboy game on there.
We will for sure make sure
we want
that
to watch 87 play.
So let me start there because this was actually one I saw.
And none of this multi-screen, just one full screen.
We just want one full one of the Monday Night Football game. Cowboys Cardinals
I don't
coming
want to be
up.
greedy. I just want to be able to watch it play.
So a question about Jake. Jake Ferguson, of course, Barry Alvarez's grandson. You may have heard that a time or two over the years. So he is off to an amazing start this year, and he's off to an amazing start to his professional career. How proud are you as his grandfather to see what he has accomplished in college, now in the pros, and even beyond the world of football?
You know what? The thing that really makes me proud of, he's a great person. He's really involved in the community in Dallas. I just saw he just won some award. He's going to represent Dallas, or represent the Cowboys as there's you get an award, a Citizen of the Year for their team, and he's done a lot of community service, and he's done things the right way. He plays hard. He plays the game like we like it to be played. The three of us understand the game and think it's supposed to be played a certain way. That's the way he plays it. And having watched him from youth football all the way through, it's really special.
It's fun for me because I watch him a lot too. Is he is in probably from a tight end standpoint the perfect franchise and then you start to see. And Tarek, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you watch him too, but, he's got a little Novacek Witten.
Oh, yeah.
He's your typical Dallas Cowboy tight end.
What?
Tough as nails, finds an opening, makes yards after catch,
Well, and he blocks.
Blocks.
Which
That's
is
the other thing.
Those are dinosaurs now. The guys that block.
Tight ends don't want to block.
Nope.
They don't want to block.
And
Coach,
he does it.
Correct us if we're wrong, but coming out of college, that was a huge emphasis from scouts and okay, can you block?
Well, you wouldn't play tight end for us if you didn't block.
Right, and he proved to everybody wrong because he went into the Senior Bowl and had a great, a practice week and everything else, and he's doing an unbelievable job.
It was a great evolution for him because in order to make the team and be the second guy, he had to block, and it's in his DNA. I mean, it's just that's what you do. That's part of it. This isn't just run around, run routes, and now he's a complete tight end and one of the best in the NFL, and it's exciting to see him.
And let's talk not just about Jake, because, what he's doing is awesome. The Salute to Service Award is what he's the finalist for the Dallas Cowboys this year, which is just an amazing honor, and I'm glad you brought that up, Coach. That deserves some recognition. Jonathan Taylor is having an amazing season with the Indianapolis Colts. T.J. Watt continues to be a force defensively among three Badgers players who are playing consistently for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Zach Bond,
we just saw in action yesterday. Yeah, there are a lot of Badgers who are still making a lot of noise and a big impact across the National Football League.
2 of which were Wisconsin born and bred.
Yeah.
By the way.
Isn't that fun to watch our graduates go on to the next level and play at the high rate of
the best of the best in the National Football League.
Yeah, and to stand out at that level is impressive.
Yeah, I go to those box scores at the end of every game just to see the tackles, the sacks,
Leo
the yards.
Chanel made a great play the other night.
Yeah.
They're
the
everywhere.
Chanel brothers,
they're snake killers.
They're dinosaurs. They came in. They're rough, but man, they walked out of our place polished, and physical and tough players and great people. That's what makes you proud of our guys, and they represent us so well. And they get in front of a camera, they don't embarrass you. They
give
just
back to
handle
the
themselves.
community.
They're all part of that. It's really special.
So the Q&A portion of our show here, the Barry Alvarez Show, live at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. We want to get to questions from you, the fans. Again, a lot of ways to do this. The ESPN Madison YouTube comments is a great place for you to go. If you're watching live with us tonight on YouTube, you subscribe to the channel, you leave your comments there. We'll get to some of those throughout the course of the night. The Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line. You can call or text 844-770-37.
Where's my Carbless, man? Where's my Carbless,
Hey,
dude?
we can find one for you, Tar. I know there's
love a
there's a
Carbless.
bar
I don't care
right
what
in front of
flavor.
us that I'm sure we'll be able to find.
All right.
You and Brad Nortman, a punter, and Ben Bruss. You guys are the Carbless crew.
What? They are a partner, and we are.
Yes, I know, but you actually really
I'm now
love
adopting
Carbless.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I'm emasculating
and your
myself, but
your
I'm
sautéed
okay.
green beans. There
exactly.
you go.
There you go.
I also have curated some questions from fans that have come in on previous broadcasts. So that's where I want to start here. This one comes from Jake in the YouTube comments from last week. And each of you guys are going to get a pop at this one. Coach, let's start with you first. How would you define what Wisconsin football is right now? I think that's a very open-ended question that it offers up a lot of opportunities to answer.
I think right now we're trying to find an identity. Who are we? What can we do well? Where do we want to hang our hats? And I think it's important that as we go into the league, into league play now, that we find that answer. Are we a team that's physical, that can run the ball, or are we going to throw it around the place? Or are we just going to mix and match? I don't know. But I think that's where we are.
Derek?
Yeah, I mean, I think the identity is probably how I was going to respond. But truthfully speaking, Wisconsin football right now is a travesty. And it's hard for me to say that, but that's the absolute truth. And, when you're at the bottom of the Big Ten, from where we came from, there's no other word than that. So that being said, I really loved to see a lot of the effort, especially defensively out in Oregon, to see kids still fighting. Because you can still salvage. You just need a victory, and you can do that against Washington. You can beat that team. I mean, there's no question in my mind. But you have to have the buy-in. You have to have a game plan, obviously. But we'll see.
I think that was well said about how well the defense played. Maybe that's where you hang your hat.
Right.
That you're really good defensively, and so consequently, you taper your offense accordingly.
That first half, they were getting after them like no other defensively. And, I know we're struggling in the offensive line. We don't have a quarterback. And, that's what it is. I mean, so you work with those guys. You cover guys up. Schematically, you got to do some things. But you got to run the ball because we like I said, we just under 4 yards of rush. We'll take 3.8 a carry. We got to keep. You got to stay consistent with that though to open up the passing game when you don't have a quarterback.
Yeah, and it's a struggle, right? That's what Derek said it best. It's a struggle right now, and Coach is right. We need an identity, and we need a mission and a plan. What are we doing, and how are we going to go about it? And that needs to be defined, because we have young guys, but where are we evolving to? What is the mission? What is the identity? What are those goals that we have to define those things? And then I think if you define those things and you put them up there, and people say you write stuff down, right? And that gets you where you want to go. And I think if we could define what we are, what we want to be, and then get everyone behind it, I think we have a chance to be successful.
So if Coach Fickell hands you the dry erase board at the front of the room and you get to write down on that board what you want it to be, what are you going to write down?
Well, my default is smart.
That's not fair. He doesn't know the team like Coach Fickell knows it. There are coaches that are with those players every day, and they have to know what the strengths and weaknesses are of that team, and then you build on the weaknesses. If you had a strong offensive line, then you're going to build on a strong running game, and kicking game, field position, and go from there. If it's your strong defense, then you have to be smart with the football, not sloppy with the ball, not turning it over, play field position, let your defense win games. So it's knowing your team and how to adapt to what you want to be and what your identity has to be. They know, the coaches know it better than we do sitting there watching it from the stands.
What he said.
100%.
That's right. What Coach said. I'm with you, Coach. So that's. I mean, he's done it, and that's the way it's got to be.
So we're off and running with the Q&A show here on the Barry Alvarez Show live at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Your way into the show, the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line, 844-770-3776. You can also weigh in on the ESPN Madison YouTube comments, which I see is starting to get some traction. We'll comb over some of the shows or the questions coming in there for the show. I've curated a bunch that we still have ready to go. We've got questions about the offense. We've got questions about the rest of this season. We've got questions about the athletic director. We've got a lot to talk about coming up here over the next hour and a half still at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. So don't go anywhere. Stay with us. It's the Barry Alvarez Show on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
The Barry Alvarez Show continues after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Greg Scalzi here for Total Athlete Performance. They're here to provide elite performance training for serious athletes in the Madison area. And there's a new Verona TAP facility open inside of the Verona Athletic Center. Summer speed, agility, and semi-private options are now available at both Verona and Windsor locations and now offering monthly subscription payment options. Plus, you can download the new Total Athlete Performance app for remote training options all year round. Visit tapwisconsin.com. That's tapwisconsin.com.
Want to pay off this year's rent-a-mortgage? Feel like a real estate mogul at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison during November's Live for Free promotion. Starting at 4 p.m. on Saturday, November 29th, 24 winners will each spin the wheel for a cash prize of up to $5,000. Then at 8 p.m., one grand prize winner will pocket $25,000 in cash to use toward their rental mortgage. This could be your chance, but you have to be here. Live it up this November and go to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
When it comes to your career, most companies want you to be interested in them. At Northwestern Mutual, their mutual interest is you. That's why they listen to your career goals, plan the steps to get there, and work side by side all along the way. To learn more about career opportunities, search for Northwestern Mutual Southern Wisconsin online or call 608-836-3080. That's 608-836-3080. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin icon.
It's all about the Badgers.
The Don of the Wisconsin Badgers.
We did it better than everybody for 20-some years.
Joined by two of his football legends.
I like all of them, except for quarterback.
I like defensive ends.
Hey,
I really like defensive ends.
Someone didn't like kickers at one point.
The Barry Alvarez Show with Barry Alvarez, Tarek Saleh, Derek Engler, and Jesse Nelson. Live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton every Monday night. Right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The host might be irrelevant, but the conversations aren't.
I think Matt LaFleur and both Jordan Love are good. I don't know if they're the guys that are going to be the ones that win you a Super Bowl.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
Does he have the it? The quarterback who says, we're not losing this game because I'm going to make sure of it?
Live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Kevin Hermanson is the owner of Woodworks Furniture and Design. They've had document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems for, well, help me out here, Kevin.
We've been working with James ever since I can remember.
Why so long?
They're great people to work with, all the way from their service technicians all the way up to their salespeople.
James Imaging Systems, a local business technology company, 100% Wisconsin-owned and managed. How does that make you feel, Kevin?
That makes us feel like we're partnering with a great company to make everything work for us.
So, summarizing your long-standing business partnership with James Imaging Systems?
James Imaging has been a great company to work with. They take great care of us.
James Imaging Systems, document imaging technology, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. Call 608-221-3457, 608-221-3457. Or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
The Barry Alvarez Show is back at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Join Tarek, Derek, Coach, and me for a 2-hour Monday night special. The Barry Alvarez Show, Monday night, 6 to 8 at Hard Rock Casino Rockford on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Barry Alvarez Show on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, live at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Alongside Derek Engler, Tarek Saleh, head coach Barry Alvarez. My name is Jesse Nelson. Tarek, I see you got your carbless in hand. You're good to go now. Look at that.
Ben Bruss, right? That's his.
Yep, Ben loves a carbless. Obviously, Brad Nortman loves a carbless, and now you love a carbless.
I love a carbless. I'm all in. Let's go.
Train.
What is that?
It's a hard seltzer.
It's for tough guys.
Oh, my.
They are delicious. My. They are delicious, I will say that.
My therapist says I should drink one a day.
You get pimples from it.
Tell me, I gotta calm down, you know.
844-770-3776 is the carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. Less is more. Q&A night with head coach Barry Alvarez here at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, taking your questions.
Look what Tim's got
for
us.
Golf balls.
Monogram.
Wow,
Hard Rock Pro V1s.
Christmas came
awesome.
early for you, Derek.
Our great host, thank you.
He's got one for you,
Where
too.
Are they? You took them all. You don't even golf.
Lost in the woods.
Hanks has three dozen. Tarek and I are sitting here like this.
What happened to mine?
Where are ours?
No, Salah's got one. He's just not showing you.
He's got.
Look at it.
Oh.
The only golfer didn't get balls.
So we're answering some questions about the Wisconsin Badgers, the state of the team, the program, and of course the college football season as we continue on here. 844-770-3776. Also in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments. We'll get to some of those questions coming up here. I do have another one. This one comes in from Ethan on YouTube. And I think this gets to a lot of what the majority of our show tonight will be centered on, guys. What gives you confidence that Luke Fickell and Chris McIntosh will be able to do what's needed to get the football team back on track after this year? That's the question from Ethan on YouTube. What gives you confidence in the head coach and the athletic director that they're going to get this thing righted? Coach?
I'll start with that. You know what? They've both been around success. They know what success looks like. Luke was at Ohio State as a player, as an assistant coach. Mac was at Wisconsin as a two-time captain of Rose Bowl championship teams. They know what success looks like and what you have to do to get there. And you have to know that and have a vision of where you want to be before you can get there. So that gives me confidence.
I'd say they're both competitors. Chris was a teammate, and we played against Fickell. I know this does not sit well with them, and they're going to will their way to get this done. So I think they're both fighters, and they're going to find a way, as Coach would say, to make it work.
Yeah, I agree with Tarek. I mean, I don't know Luke that well, but I do know what kind of competitor he is and how intense and focused he is and how much this pains him to go through this. And there is nobody in the program that wants to, turn the ship more than him. Obviously Mac has been through all kinds of success, like Coach said, as a player. Coach, I think he was in the athletic department under your tenure for 6 years, and a lot of success happened during that time too as well. So he's learned and he knows, and it's all around football. We all know that. So it really comes down to the head coach making sure that, he doesn't lose that locker room, which we've talked about, which is really important because sitting at 2-6, you can easily do that if it's not already had been done at other places. I don't think, from what I saw out in Eugene, that's happened because I saw a defense that came ready to play.
That would have been easy to do out in that environment.
Yes. Yeah. So that gives me a lot of hope, and there would be nothing better than to beat the Huskies, and my wife being an alum, that would be even more better.
More better.
More better. More better.
An English major here at the University of Wisconsin.
A house divided.
Which she was.
At the Engler residence. Okay, so it's interesting you say that because showing the heart, the passion, the fight that they showed at Oregon. We were singing a different tune the week before after the Ohio State game, after the Iowa game. So what do you think changed in Eugene in the week leading up to it that you saw that intensity, you saw that fire again, especially on the defensive side of the ball? What could it be? What makes a team go from what they looked like the 2 weeks prior to what they look like
That's
against
why they
Oregon?
call you coach. That's a coach's job. The coach saw the same thing we saw.
Uh-huh.
He wasn't happy with it. The thing I liked, the players responded. They responded in a positive way and played much better. Or you could, if your coach gets after you or whatever they did, I don't know. You could turn on your coaches. But obviously what they did, they flipped the right switch because they played their fannies off. And if we see that type of play the rest of the year, we're going to be fine.
And up front, offensively, I'm watching, especially end zone copy of some of the plays, and I'm like, okay, now we're getting after it. Now this is what I'm talking about. This is displacing the defense. We get some cutback lanes here and there. I mean, you get that big back, your guy, Tarek.
Yep. Gideon Etuk.
Gideon Etuka.
Etuka.
Yes.
Etuka. We're going to get used to that. I'm like I love Etuka, and I just like big running backs. I love our guy. We've always had some. That's what we do. So getting him the rock more, and then to pick up on what Derek was saying, the linebackers, having those young linebackers, Posa, Catalano, to complement Allegro, we got ourselves now a bunch of dudes. So we need to just continue to turn up the heat and get those linebackers going.
Is Allegro still playing with a broken hand or whatever? Or arm?
He was the other day.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if he
didn't play. I'm sorry, he didn't play against Oregon. He played with the club against Ohio State.
Yeah,
he was out there fighting through.
We don't get a lot of injury updates.
No.
You know the deal.
But everything, not a whole lot of them.
But anyways, Posa and Catalano, I think those guys, they could carry it. They could carry on the rest of the year and just keep on building on their success.
Keep the questions coming in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments. Here's one thing I will say. You can ask any question you want, but if the guys don't like the question, they're going to get after you for it a little bit. So that's that's the fun that we're going to have here with this Q&A night here on the Barry Alvarez Show.
These aren't live callers, are they?
No, we don't.
Okay.
Not yet. If anyone does want to call
in. Boy, bring them in.
844,
no problem with that.
844-770-3776. This one comes from Daniel. Why are we not making any single change to the football program to keep up with the times? If we don't, we'll always be behind going forward.
You know what? I'd like to know what Daniel's talking about. What have we not kept up with to stay with the times? That sounds like mumbo-jumbo coffee shop talk. What are you talking about? I'd like to know more
specifically
of what Daniel wants them to do. I don't know.
It's a very general.
That's pretty general
question.
Yeah, that sounds like guys talking at coffee
Is that
in
like
the morning.
building a $285 million facility? I don't. What are we not? Is he talking about NIL? Like, you know, we go a lot of different directions with that.
That's pretty weak.
So, yeah,
you know what, Daniel? Let's critique your question.
So,
which we just did.
Well, I think that's happening. So I will say this: earlier in the chat, Daniel did say, "Why are the coach or athletic director not fired yet?" So I think those are some of the changes.
That's Daniel's got an attitude.
He does.
What does Daniel do?
I have no idea what Daniel does. In fairness to Daniel, and I know there's some negativity there. And I love that we're getting after him. But
I have no problem with the question.
Daniel's not alone in making these assertions.
That's okay.
He just happens to be the one we're making fun of.
Well, he opened himself up.
He did. That's the fun of this. NIL mainly, he does clarify live in the YouTube chat. Yeah, NIL.
Okay.
What changes would you say, if any, need to be made
well,
to the
now
NIL?
that we're specific, that makes a lot of sense. Because it's well known that we have not done a very good job in NIL funding, and in my own personal opinion, that comes from the department all the way down to the head football coach and his staff. Because there's not a football staff in America that's not out raising money. So that's really what it comes down to. And I think I'm not sure what we do in that respect as far as what the head football coach's responsibility is in that role. So.
And the market, I guess we're trying to figure out what the market is and where to allocate the money, who to allocate it on. When the CBA – with the CBA with the Patriots is a rabbit hole, but the Patriots they embraced it. They did really well.
How are you talking about, Tarek?
The collective bargaining agreement.
CBA.
He's putting
Where
some
are
letters.
we going?
He's putting some letters together.
Where are we?
Exactly.
We're talking
Coach.
about Wisconsin football.
Yeah, I know, but there was
Patriots and the collective bargaining agreement.
The Patriots.
Right. That was a great transition.
I'm just saying there's a market there to how to allocate the money. And if you understand how to do it, you might be successful. But to be determined. So
I know this. I think one thing we can do is identify ways to raise money so that our fans know how they can contribute and how they could be a part of contributing. Because it's obvious in college athletics right now, that's the game. The game has changed. It's not you got a scholarship and $15 a month and it's et cetera, et cetera. It's different now. And so we have got to communicate to our fans what has to be done and how they can help. Because I don't know if that's been communicated to them.
And let's throw transparency on that, because I agree with you, Coach. I mean, we've been talking about this. The communication needs to be there, and then have transparency on how our fans are giving and supporting this program and how it's going to work. I mean, we just haven't really got that. Badger Nation has not.
Well, and then Michael piggybacks off the question from Daniel. Has Illinois, Penn State, Iowa, Nebraska actually figured this out money-wise better than Wisconsin has to this point? Because those teams are producing at a higher level than Wisconsin is, and a couple of them have experienced coaching changes. Heck, Penn State is right now around the same time here that Luke Fickell has become the head coach at the University of Wisconsin. Is there is there something to those schools figuring
I think
things
those
out?
guys just went ahead and started breaking things and causing problems and trying to figure out what's going on, where we were more passive and trying to figure out what the right way to go about it. And we want to do things the right way, but at the same time, there's a careful balance between breaking things and waiting for the wind to blow the right way.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Tarek, but
I actually followed that one.
And I understand. I understand.
But I think you've got a point. I don't know what everyone else is doing. I know, obviously, we're not keeping up with them, and we've got to figure it out and get up with the times and catch up and do whatever we have to do. And money talks, and we've got to go out and do what we have to do, because to get players now, you've got to raise some money and show them what's comparable at our place is similar to what the other schools are offering. And I don't know the business. I'm not out recruiting now, so I can't answer that question. But you got to match your opponents, at least.
If you, and understandably, like you have not been the athletic director since a lot of these major changes really took place. It's been a few years. If you were in that role now, and I asked this question with the preface that so many things have changed, what's the first conversation you would have about it?
You know what? That's not an unfair question. I'd like to know what's going on. I want to know what the rules are. I want to know what we can do and what we can't do. And whatever we can do, we're going full bore towards that. And that's the only way you can go about your business. There are no secrets. There's no magic. It's whatever you can do, you do it, and you go at it full bore.
And this is part of the problem. It is kind of it's a new market. There's not a lot of disclosure on what you can and can't do. But, the department and the coaches have their guidance on what they could do, and then you got to make the best decisions on that. It's hard for us to sit here when we don't have optics on what you can and can't do to go, hey, we should go with this strategy.
But we're going to be limited from a NIL and paying players.
We're never going to be
at University of Wisconsin. You have to have a core. You have to have a core recruiting philosophy that supplements, the rest of the team. You got to, we've missed on quarterbacks, obviously, due to injury. I can't tell you, who we've paid and who we haven't, and what's worked out and what hasn't. But you have to. That's a whole nother branch now of the football program. It's a semi-pro branch that you have to have a scouting department. You have to have a whole GM department, literally evaluating players and pricing in what they're worth and what they're being offered and so on and so forth. And then you have to be very selective from an evaluation standpoint, because if they're transferring, you got to evaluate why they're transferring. So, and really, that's a dicey game. That and we all know that.
So, you create the identity, you go recruit that identity, you bring it in, and then you retain your talent, and you do that by both, making them feel a part of the team, and then with finances. But you may not have to pay as much to retain a guy as you have to do to go get a guy. So you maintain your core by retaining them, and then you sprinkle in the transfers. And you be selective on that. But your core is going to have to be your core. The guys you recruit, you bring in. That's only my opinion. But
I appreciate you sharing that opinion. And I have one more question to piggyback off this topic. This is a good topic we've gotten our way into here. So thanks to Daniel and Michael and everybody who's chiming in on the YouTube comments. Yeah, we got to a pretty solid discussion here.
Well, glad you got specific.
This one comes in from Jake. What do you think the definition of a developmental program in college football right now, and what does Wisconsin have to do to be known as a developmental football program?
I think we've always been known as a developmental program, and that's because of the high school football in our state. If you go to Texas and you look at the high school football in Texas, those kids start in the 6th grade, 5th grade, whatever. They're coached so well and fundamentally so sound all the way through high school the high school coaches there are paid as much as college coaches. They won't go to college because they're doing better in high school. So they're more developed. And I say Texas, that's just one example. There are other states like that. Ohio's the same way. The Wisconsin players that we get, I liked our Wisconsin players. I liked the players that came from Wisconsin. And I knew their upside was so high compared to when we got them, because they weren't coached and developed quite as well as some of the other places that we brought players in from. And so
so we basically the state of Wisconsin, we got to continue to invest in Wisconsin and get those kids to come to school here, where I think we've gotten away a little bit from that. So we can continue to get those guys and make them part of the foundation, especially, Derek, the offensive line.
We talked about this last week. I think it was last week on the show where, we're letting all these in-state recruits, we had a list of 20, and we're on one.
I still have the list here if you want to see it again.
And some really good offensive linemen. Tarek and I had this conversation, and I'm like, gosh, we're so depleted in the O-line. I wonder if they're looking at the Whitewaters, the La Crosse, you name it, in-state schools, because there's been a few linemen in particular that have come out of the schools. They're playing on Sundays, just because you don't got to pay them anything, and those are in-state kids. To bring that, we just don't have the depth right now, and right now I don't know if you can spend the money on linemen. You got to focus on recruiting, whether it's obviously keeping the in-state recruits, which should be priority, high school kids, and then maybe you find a diamond in the rough in the D3 world. I don't know.
Excuse me, Derek. You should never be short of linemen.
No.
At Wisconsin. That's what our state is built. Look around the state. That's what I built our whole program on. You look around our state.
Coach, we were talking about it on the ride here. With Gary Anderson, there was already guys in place because he was here such a short time, but he didn't put an emphasis there, and that bothered you.
No, he did. It bothered me a lot. And when you say that, it bows me up when you're talking about lack of linemen. We should have more linemen that we can know what to do with. We need more skilled players. But I'm gone half the year, so I'm on top of it like you guys are. But that's a problem. That's a problem if that's a fact.
That was the biggest alarm to me this season when we saw that Renfro went down early, and I was like, what are we going to do on the offensive? It should be next man up. That should be the identity of Wisconsin football.
That sticks in my craw because they hung on to Renfro all the way from Cincinnati every year, and he never's on the field because he's always hurt, and, whatever. But you got to get somebody behind him, and we had nobody.
And that shouldn't be a problem.
We had a young, wide-eyed, young freshman out there at the Horseshoe against Ohio State.
First
it's
stringer
just a
there
mess.
against Alabama and Tuscaloosa.
It's just not good. Not good
at all.
I'm not going to comment.
Keep the questions coming. The Barry Alvarez Show live at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Coach, the Cowboys are about to kick off. Jake's about to get underway.
There we go.
Big screen up
Cowboys
there.
and Carter. They got it full screen for you.
Right.
How about that? The service is second to none at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. And a reminder, as you're watching the Monday Night Football game tonight or whatever else you may be enjoying, Wisconsin basketball tipping off here in just a little bit at the Kohl Center, the 2025 season. If you're looking for the tastiest hard seltzer out there, it's got to be Neutral Vodka Seltzer, made with real vodka, real juice, none of the fake flavor stuff. It's smooth, refreshing, just plain good. You've got flavors like pineapple, watermelon, orange, and lime. So whatever your vibe,
that too, Tarek.
That's
equal opportunity.
That's what Tark's getting at.
I'm going to go neutral now. I don't know where to go.
Get a Neutral next. Perfect for tailgates, hanging out with friends, watching the game. Keep it tasty with Neutral Vodka Seltzer. Neutral, keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch Neutral flavored vodka and carbonation. 4.5% alcohol by volume. St. Louis, Missouri. Question and answer night with Barry Alvarez. Tarek Saleh, Derek Engler, 2-hour edition at Hard Rock Casino Rockford continues next on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
You're listening to the Barry Alvarez Show on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Calling all hard seltzer lovers. It's time to keep it tasty with Neutral Vodka Seltzer. Made with real vodka and real juice. Neutral delivers clean, refreshing flavor with every sip. From pineapple to watermelon, orange and lime, there's something for everyone. Perfect for any occasion. And when it's game day, make it a tasty game day with Neutral. The ultimate drink to cheer, chill, and keep it tasty all day long. Neutral, keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch, Neutral, flavored vodka and carbonation. 4.5% alcohol by volume, St. Louis, Missouri.
Madison's financial challenges need a Dane County-based bank. Starion Bank is a full-service community bank that delivers quality big bank services with a local approach. We are proud to be there for any budding entrepreneur or small businesses, helping them exceed their financial goals from banking to lending to cash management. Visit a banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, taking you farther.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
Woodworks Furniture and Design has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems. Owner Kevin Hermanson. Why James?
Because they take care of all of our needs.
Document imaging technology, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation, and James Imaging Systems' unsurpassed local support and expertise from great people.
They make everything right. If we do have a problem, they're out to service it. They've done a great job for us.
Taking care of you and your business begins with your James sales representative, who is still there for you long after the sale, right, Kevin?
Yes, quarterly stops in and checks in on us. We set up a meeting to make sure everything is working for how we need it to work.
Bottom line with James Imaging Systems?
We're getting the best value for our dollar.
Not getting the best value for your business technology dollar? Switch to James Imaging Systems. Call 608-221-3457. 608-221-3457. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Badgers volleyball insights straight from the man on the sidelines.
There'll be aspects of what we're doing offensively that our teams have not done before.
Tune into the Kelly Sheffield Show on ESPN Madison, presented by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
The hardest ticket in town is for the volleyball match in the field house. I mean, that's really hard.
It's the Kelly Sheffield Show with Badgers volleyball head coach Kelly Sheffield and host John Audius on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
'Tis the season to be planning your holiday events. Whether it's a party for 10 or 10,000, Celebrations has the sound, video, lighting, special effects, and custom-themed decor to make it the best party ever. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With us on your team, your holiday or New Year's party will be easy to plan and super fun to attend. DJs, casino games, lighting, and photo booths are just the beginning at CelebrationsEntertainment.com. That's CelebrationsEntertainment.com.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed.
What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get house.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
They say punters are people too, especially on KBN.
Packer fans should be thankful that they have a third quarterback in a row that can win you games, put up MVP-like numbers, because that's exactly what Jordan Love is doing, and be able to have a team where you are in the number 1 seed of the NFC already.
Kyle, Brust, and Nordman. Presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. Weekdays from 2 till 4 on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
They better get season tickets right now, because before long, they probably won't be able to.
It's all about the Badgers.
Don't flinch. The greatest coach in Wisconsin history is on the air.
It's over. The Wisconsin Badgers win 17-9. They are the first Big Ten team ever to win successive Rose Bowl games.
This is the Barry Alvarez Show.
Touchdown, Wisconsin.
On 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What are your emotions right now? Just like the old days.
Alongside Rose Bowl champions Derek Engler and Tarek Saleh, here's Jesse Nelson.
Special second hour of the Barry Alvarez Show on the ESPN Wisconsin app, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where they are about to kick off Monday Night Football with Jake Ferguson, Barry Alvarez's grandson, and the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Arizona Cardinals. We're talking Badgers and college football with you until 8 o'clock tonight. Our second road trip in 3 weeks down here to Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Love being up here on the stage at the Hard Rock Cafe. Love the hospitality, love the fun, and love throwing some dice with Coach
awesome
earlier.
Place?
It's so good.
It's so awesome.
Every time it's just vibrant and just very clean and lively and big. Like, it's just a great place to be.
And Tarek will provide the full menu review. I mean,
absolutely.
He's going to go back for a second.
Steak burger,
5-star
green beans,
Yelp
seltzers. He's loving everything.
The
here.
nachos we had last time were great.
Yeah.
Yep. It's awesome.
844-770-3776. Your way into the show on the Carbliss ESPN Wisconsin Talk.
We're doing the
line.
fajitas after, by the way.
Is that what the plan is?
It's on the menu.
Okay.
Coach gave me approval at the craft table.
You reserve that? You got that kind of pull?
We're going to make our own sampler table at the bar and watch Jake and the Cowboys.
Yeah, this is going to be a good night here at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Crap table, snacks, watching the
watching your grandson hopefully go off on a big fantasy night here for fans of his.
Yes.
Couldn't dial it up better, Jess.
That sounds like a pretty good Monday
That's
to me.
what we're talking
You
about.
learned how to play craps.
And it's birthday week for our show. Tarek and I are both celebrating birthdays.
Happy birthday,
When's
guys.
your birthday?
Happy birthday, buddy. Mine's Wednesday.
All right.
And yours
Yeah,
is what,
Friday? Yep.
So, okay,
Yep.
big birthday. So, look at that. Birthday celebration for Tarek and I here.
Dude, no, I knew he had it with the ladies. The Scorpio right here, dude. Jesse. Scorpios are the best with women. I don't know if you know that, but Scorpios.
Why in the hell would he know?
Well, he's a stud.
You definitely did not fit the trend. What?
I'm an outlier. I'm an outlier. This guy he's crushing it. Actually, don't want to get you in trouble with your girlfriend, do you?
I'm married. Several
you're
years
married?
now.
Yep, sorry about that.
You know what? Found a great one.
That's
Back
it.
off.
Well,
Back off.
all these women are all over him at the table.
Wait, you got lucky with your wife, of course.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
But prior to that,
I'm an outlier. I'm not. You just said I'm not. I'm not in that group.
Coach is done with this conversation, and so am I. So we're in agreement. We're going to move on to some other questions. We're going to look at more questions coming in regarding the Wisconsin Badgers. So I've curated some of these from social media, from our YouTube comments. Keep them coming, 844-770-3776. This one comes in from Ben in Marshall. What would you consider, guys, to be a success for Wisconsin in its final 4 games of the football season this year? Obviously, winning would be great, but beyond that layup answer, what would be a success for Wisconsin football the rest of the way?
I'll just say, going out and competing every game, playing 4 quarters, or at least 3. So 4 would be great. And if you go out and play that, you got a chance.
He's not even asking for a full 4. He wants to compete for 3 quarters.
That's about as weak an answer.
Hey, that's a layup.
Let's compete. Maybe
God. Tarek, I wanted to say, who are you? No.
Where the hell did you come
You
from?
win this effing weekend, number 1, okay?
Well, I'm looking at what's going on out there. I don't see it. So until I see someone freaking playing it.
You're trying to get a little improvement.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I agree with you. But
go beat Illinois and go beat Washington. Hopefully,
Win
Washington.
the next game.
The next game would be great.
Washington is the next game.
All right. Yep.
That's a big win.
Which would be hard. Very difficult.
Yeah. They got a
But
good
let's go
quarterback.
win that one.
844-770-3776, the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. Compete for 3 quarters.
All right. Well, when is the bar? When are we going to establish the bar?
Well,
that's different than what it is. So if we're not going to compete, then what?
You were a coach, Tarek. I want you guys to compete for 3 quarters. I don't give a shit which quarter that you don't compete in. I prefer it to be earlier.
I'm just looking at trends and the data. The data doesn't come back.
The data
it doesn't. I don't see 4 quarters.
No, we haven't for a while, and you're right, Tarek. We haven't for a while. But
you could explain that a little better.
Well,
prior to making that statement,
I liked it the way it was, honestly.
Hey,
if the truth kills a man, let him
die. Let him die.
And until you start competing for 4 quarters, then I'm just going to try and make that our goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we'll worry about winning.
I mean, quite honestly, we were having conversations today on Wilde and Tausch about the Green Bay Packers. They haven't put a complete game together since they beat the Cowboys in the playoffs. And that's 2 seasons ago. So obviously, Matt LaFleur's not going to get in front of a room and say, "Let's compete for 3 quarters."
No,
and then we'll get to 4.
We want to win. We want to win the game. We want to go and beat. We could beat Washington if we play the way we did last week. Hopefully,
I understand what you're saying. I don't think it would fly in a room, but I think I understand what
That's
you're
why
saying.
I'm not a coach. And this guy is
exactly.
You know what I mean?
So kind of along those lines, what we want to see over the rest of this season, Corey and Beaver Dam, would it be smart for Wisconsin to give Carter Smith, the 4-star freshman quarterback who is yet to play this year, a shot at the starting quarterback role over the final stretch of the season? Coach, what do you think?
I don't know enough about Carter Smith, whether he's ready or not. Reading all the recruiting and all that stuff when guys come in, the coaches know whether he's ready. Probably not. If he hasn't played yet, why would you throw him to the wolves right now? Let him just see what's going on, get a feel for everything, and let him go through spring practice. And you can't just do that. Throw someone to the wolves.
So I guess the only argument that could be
Who
made
is the quarterback
right now?
Yeah.
Well,
Is that a trick question?
You've got Billy Edwards, hopefully maybe is around. You've got Hunter Simmons, who has been playing. Danny O'Neal is still on the roster.
Is Danny O'Neal listed as injured, or is he available?
I believe he is available. He was never fully
not
listed
sure.
with an injury where he was out at any point this season. So
I think Coach Fickell said that he should give Danny O'Neal a little bit more playtime.
I could understand the argument for Carter Smith being that, like, first of all, what do you have to lose with 4 games left this season?
Well, you have a lot to lose.
Well, health-wise, of course, but you could always make that
No,
argument.
I'm talking about, I mean, you got to put the best possible player that, especially at obviously that position, that's going to give you a chance to win. So you're not going to just, I mean, there's a lot to lose here. I mean, for Coach Fickell, for recruitment, I mean, you got to put whoever you think is going to give you the best chance to win. And I don't know if rolling a freshman out there is necessarily, I understand, the trendy thing is like, why not? Give him a shot.
Well, you get him hurt, you break his spirit, you break
I don't know.
There's a lot of things that could go wrong if you put him out there.
That's the thing.
Is he ready? You don't know.
So the argument would be because you're coming out of a bye, you have 4 games left in the regular season. He hasn't played yet, so he can play in the 4
and not lose
still
his red
shirt, not lose a year of eligibility. So that's the argument for it.
The argument against it is let the coaches make that decision. They know all that. They have all that information. They see him at practice every day. Is he ready to go in? You want him to have success when you put him in there. I don't know these answers. That's why you have to lean on coaches. That's why they call him coach.
Keep the questions coming in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments, the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line, 844-770-3776. The Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. Less is more. We will take another break here, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the athletic director role and coach's experience in that role and what he sees now from some of this program as well. So we'll talk about that coming up next as our special 2-hour edition continues at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. It's the Barry Alvarez Show. Oh, wait a minute. Was that a touchdown? Before we go to break, Coach was just pumping his fist.
Yeah, fired up.
He's hit me on the elbow. I want to make sure we're on if Coach sees his grandson with a big touchdown catch.
No, it wasn't a touchdown.
Let's stay on for another minute here because we have
a reception.
Third and goal at the
Ferguson.
4-yard line. Third and goal.
Dak's number 1 target is he's gonna be looking at.
Jake just caught a pass.
Third and goal at the 4. Jake
when
just
he
caught
catches
the pass.
one, that's a big deal for me.
Well, let's see if he's got another one in him here in the goal line. Oh!
He threw it to him.
Threw it to him.
Good coverage.
Short of the goal line and incomplete. So, dang. All right. Well, we still got time before we sign off tonight. Maybe we'll be on the air when Jake catches a touchdown pass.
Well, do you know how that cool that is? Sitting here watching.
No,
your
I
grandson
don't.
Playing in the NFL on TV. That is so cool.
That's
unbelievable.
That's
so
fantastic.
Excuse me if I'm excited.
Yeah, no.
I think we're all excited with you to see it, Coach. And to see your excitement in it, I think is what really is pretty awesome for all of us to see. So, again, they're going for it on 4th and goal. Uh-oh. That
wasn't a good idea.
All right. Well, time to get another drink at the bar. Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Don't touch that cocktail.
I'd love to coach a game like that.
Oh, man.
They may not see a pass in the second half. I'd run that clock. That game would be over. We'd be home having cocktails at 3:30.
Coach will be back after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Calling all hard seltzer lovers. It's time to keep it tasty with Neutral Vodka Seltzer. Made with real vodka and real juice. Neutral delivers clean, refreshing flavor with every sip. From pineapple to watermelon, orange and lime, there's something for everyone. Perfect for any occasion. And when it's game day, make it a tasty game day with Neutral. The ultimate drink to cheer, chill, and keep it tasty all day long. Neutral, keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch, Neutral. Flavored vodka and carbonation. 4.5% alcohol by volume, St. Louis, Missouri.
Brian here from Canopy Wealth Management. At Canopy, we create strategies that are tailored to your needs and goals. We've invested heavily in client-friendly software so your assets and plan progress are available to view in one place at any time. Whether you prefer only the high-level information or enjoy the intricate details of the planning process, we've got you covered. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, Clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
When it's game day in Madison, you know what that means. Pizza Hut time. Unlimited large one-topping pizzas just $7.99 each. Or your team at home can load them up with 3 toppings for $9.99. Perfect for kickoffs, watch parties, or that fourth quarter comeback from your living room. Fuel your crew, fill the table, and keep the good times rolling all game long with Pizza Hut. Order now for delivery or carryout at pizzahut.com or on the app. Pizza Hut. Feed good times.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Want to pay off this year's renter mortgage? Feel like a real estate mogul at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison during November's Live for Free promotion. Starting at 4 p.m. on Saturday, November 29th, 24 winners will each spin the wheel for a cash prize of up to $5,000. Then at 8 p.m., one grand prize winner will pocket $25,000 in cash to use toward their renter mortgage. This could be your chance, but you have to be here. Live it up this November and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
We're on the Badgers.
No fan out there is excited about what Chris McIntosh said. No fan out there is excited about Luke Fickell.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
No fan out there is buying into this program.
This is 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
And it's just like the ocean under the moon. It's the same as the emotion that I get from you. You got the kind of loving that can be so smooth. Yeah, give me your heart, make it real. Or else forget about it. But I'll tell you one thing. If you would leave, it'd be a crying shame. In every breath and every word, I hear your name calling me out. Without somebody else, you hear my rhythm on your radio, and you feel the turning of the world, so soft and slow, turning you round and around. And if you said this life ain't good enough, I would give my world to lift you up. I could change my life to better suit your mood, because you're so smooth. And it's just like the ocean under the moon. It's the same as the emotion that I get from you. You got the kind
Barry
of
Alvarez Show, live at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Rockford on the ESPN Wisconsin app, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, alongside Rose Bowl champions Tarek Saleh, Derek Engler, and the legendary former head coach and director of athletics Barry Alvarez of the University of Wisconsin. My name is Jesse Nelson. We thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube, on the app, wherever you get your podcasts. So we talk about all things Wisconsin athletics, and we hopefully watch a Jake Ferguson touchdown happen live on the air here for Barry's grandson to get a big score before we sign off for the night on Monday Night Football. Questions are rolling in. It's Q&A night here on the Barry Alvarez Show with no game to react to from last week. Wisconsin-Washington coming up this Saturday afternoon, 3:30 kickoff on the Big Ten Network at Camp Randall Stadium. I want to review some more questions, and I talked before the commercial break about getting into kind of the athletic director component of things. So, Coach, let's start with this. Wisconsin men's basketball tipping off its regular season tonight, and it was 10 years ago next month when Bo Ryan stepped down. Greg Gard stepped in as the interim head coach, eventually became the head coach at the University of Wisconsin. Did you foresee when that happened that Greg Gard would still be leading the team as a top 25 team here entering this season 10 years later?
Well, that's hard to foresee that. You know, Greg has done an unbelievable job. I thought Bo was as good a coach as there was in the country. Under the radar because of, coming from Platteville and the job he did at our place. And then, when he left, left the job for Greg. And but the job that Greg has done is phenomenal. And I don't think anyone could foresee that. So I'm really happy for him and look forward to his future.
He's done a great job consistently staying still in contention in the Big Ten, always overachieving.
We're competitive every year.
Yeah.
You know what? And he doesn't have access. He doesn't have access to a lot of the great players that the rest of the league has. We have a limited number in our state. I think he does a good job in our state, but there are only so many. And so he has to go out. He's done an unbelievable job.
I don't know if you saw the article. I think it was in the Wisconsin State Journal on their GM and how he landed Winter and
Blackwell.
Blackwell, thank you, and got that deal done for both of them.
To retain them.
To retain them. That's huge. That is unbelievable. And Greg is out there doing what he does. And he's raising money on his own. Like we were talking about in the previous segment earlier, the football coach has got to do the same thing.
Yeah, he's a great model.
Same thing.
And I think that's where you want to be, where you could still keep the identity and then bring in players to complement the infrastructure, if you would.
Yeah.
The core identity of who they are.
I like how you draw those parallels there. I think that makes a lot of sense. Another question for the athletic director, Barry Alvarez, as opposed to normally we're talking to the football coach, Barry Alvarez. I like that you have multiple hats we can put on here. So, Coach, this year we have a brand new women's basketball head coach. Robin Pinchton is coming in, taking over the women's basketball program. We've done a couple of coaching changes there over the last decade plus. There have been a number of sports. You have different coaching changes that take place. As an athletic director, this comes from Steve on Twitter X. As an athletic director, when do you start to feel like it's time to move on from a head coach, and how difficult is it to conclude that it's time to make that decision?
You always want to take a look whether there's improvement. It's not wins and losses. I always felt as a coach I could evaluate teams by their productivity and how they played. I was not a great basketball player by any stretch of the imagination, but I was a basketball player, and I played basketball in high school. I know basketball. I know sports. I know if a team's getting better, if they're getting worse, or they're staying the same. And so you always evaluate whether your team is improving. That's how you evaluate the coach.
Were you a point guard? Are you a shooting guard?
I don't want to. You wouldn't believe it.
Now I'm trying to. Was he a center? Like what? I appreciate the insight to that.
But I was the best player on our team.
And when we talk about you and the success that Wisconsin athletics has had, I just envision this picture when you had your retirement celebration and all those trophies that were in that room all with you. The picture of that moment, it really captured, like, you are successful not just as a football coach, but just as a leader in sports. And being able to translate what you know from football to all of these other areas and identifying the successes and where other teams need improvement. I think that's incredibly valuable insight that we don't talk enough about.
It's about competing, how the coaches compete, how they treat their players, how they interact with players, and how they go about their business is important to me. And I could see that. And if I saw that it was lacking, try to make adjustments, try to help them. If that didn't change, then, we moved on.
And he always showed that he cared, and it wasn't direct. Like, he didn't have to pamper you and, give you accolades and all this stuff. But everything was about getting better and about, getting the best out of you, the individual. And to do that with 105 guys on your roster is hard to do, but he was able to do it. And guys loved it. And so we all responded. And, yeah, at the time, maybe we didn't know it, but we ultimately understood it, especially even after you're leaving. You look back and look how Coach got the best out of us and showing that he cared without, with being tough, with being stern, with being disciplined, requiring you to be committed and be uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, it was about what was doing best for you and making the team as good as it can be.
And then transferred. It transferred over, obviously when he took over as athletic director, something that I don't know why it sticks out to me, but it does. He cared. It was very important to him across the program, all the sports. The women's softball program was having a very good year, and they were in the tournament, and there was a Maple Bluff Country Club, event or something that we both attended, and he's like, we need to get these, get us 3 spots or 4 spots here, and we're going to sit down, we're going to watch this game. It was that important to him. Nothing else mattered. And that tells you everything. That tells you how a head football coach that takes over as athletic director cares about all the programs across his department.
Another question here. This one comes from Tori on YouTube. Getting back to football a little bit more here. Coach, you had that legendary clip when you first took the job about get your season tickets now before you can. Why should fans renew their season tickets to go to Wisconsin football games next year? Tori on YouTube asks that question.
Tori, I'm not responsible for the program anymore, so I can't say that anymore. That's not up to me. That's up to you to make that decision, Tori. I appreciate the answer. I can't make that statement now. So I made it, I don't know how many years ago.
35
years ago.
1990. Yeah.
Because I was taking charge, and I knew we were going to be good. I didn't know how long, but I knew we were going to be good. But I can't talk for the program now because I'm not involved in it.
It would be really nice to see us compete down the stretch here, especially against our peers. That's quote-unquote peers.
Yeah.
The Illinois and Minnesota,
It's
Indiana.
not Illinois.
Illinois. Yeah, we're in Rockford. I don't want to get thrown out.
Come on, Tarek.
They are part of Wisconsin now, though.
Oh, I forgot. 3 weeks ago we annexed Rockford.
We annexed them in. Don't make me bring out Trump.
Please don't. No one's asking.
It's not coming out tonight.
You're getting better, Tarek. You're getting better.
Excuse me. But anyways,
put him on a stage. He's a comedian.
When we get out there and we compete, we could. I mean, there's a lot of things of benefit from going out there and playing well the next 4 weeks, and that might dictate whether you renew your tickets.
Are you kidding me? These next 4 weeks are huge.
Yeah.
They're huge. for bowl games, for the future, for the program. Every game is huge. So I'm fired up to see how we finish the season. I really am.
An interesting question just came in here from Matthew in the YouTube comments. Would Barry, if he was AD, support hiring a general manager to support roster construction for the Wisconsin football team? Matthew, I've got news for you. There is one of those. That person exists. His name is Marcus Sedbury. He is the general manager for Wisconsin football. He was hired to that role back in February. And I had kind of forgotten that person existed already. But when you talk about... I mean,
why would that be?
We have never brought that name up in all the weeks we've talked about
Marcus
roster construction, and we've
Who
talked
the hell
about
is Marcus?
But he's the general manager of the Wisconsin football team.
Okay, enough said.
So when we talk about Luke Fickell and recruiting, when we talk about Chris McIntosh oversight of the program, I don't know why we've never brought that name up, because that role and that person does exist for this team.
It's communication transparency, and there's a reason you just made that comment. Right? No, not very many people know that. I don't know what Marcus' role or job is as a GM in this.
What does a GM do in college?
In college football, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they do.
I can actually answer that question based on what the UW Athletics website says, if you're interested.
Is it a job description?
Dr. Marcus Sedbury serves as the Deputy Athletic Director and Chief Operating Officer for Wisconsin Athletics. In February 25, he was appointed as the General Manager for Wisconsin football. As part of his role as sport administrator for football from 2022 to 25, Sedbury played a pivotal role in helping the Badger football program build a comprehensive player personnel and revenue sharing strategy that led to a successful launch into the new world of college football.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah. We don't know.
A lot of mumbo jumbo. I don't know.
That doesn't really define the role.
In 2025, Sedbury was named the general manager for Wisconsin football, began overseeing all roster management, player personnel, and operations for Badger football. Seems like someone we should talk more about if we're talking about being critical about what the roster is currently constructed as. We would in any professional sport.
Yeah, but I don't buy that he's the final decision maker on the personnel.
I thought that was
that's Coach Fickell.
That's what coaches do.
Well, then what does a general manager do?
Exactly. That's what we're trying to figure out. We don't know.
Well,
You're asking the wrong people.
Why does this role exist?
We don't have an answer.
No, he's somewhere in there, but we don't know exactly what he's told to do or not do. And I assume that Fickell is making the final decision on players.
Well, the head coach has to do that.
Yeah.
Does he manage the NIL money?
I'm sure. I mean, that's got to be a big part of what that is. But so then I guess back to Matthew's question, having a general manager to support roster construction, we see this now happening for Stanford and North Carolina as they've hired Andrew Luck to that role. Bill Belichick became the head coach. They hired a separate general manager to oversee the roster construction. Do you think, Coach, or any of you guys as well, that this is going to be where things are heading?
I'm just telling you, logically, the more resources you have in order to evaluate and make better decisions is more important. But ultimately, that we believe the coach is the decision maker, and then he utilizes as many resources as he can get his hands on to make those decisions. So, yes, having a GM in lockstep with the head coach in order to evaluate talent is important. That's my decision.
Well said, Tarek.
Yeah.
I'm about to say,
Very
well done.
That's why I drink carbs.
He must have graduated from the university.
I'm a comm arts major. Interpersonal communication. I'm a Scorpio.
I heard he's a Scorpio. Yeah.
Your dad and mom would have been very impressed with that answer.
We're gonna record it, send it back to Connecticut.
Let's go. A Scorpio is very well spoken. You know us. It's the Barry Alvarez Show. We have one more segment to review some of your questions. Look ahead to Wisconsin and Washington coming up on Saturday afternoon at Camp Randall Stadium. A reminder, most weeks we are at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. And if you need a night out that really sizzles, head to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, whether it's a special occasion, a date night, or just because you deserve it. Ruth's Chris is serving up USDA prime steaks, cooked to perfection. Pair it with world-class wines, handcrafted cocktails, and the warm, welcoming service that makes every visit unforgettable. Make every night special at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. One more segment to go. We'll answer a few more of your questions. Look ahead to Wisconsin and Washington coming up next on the Barry Alvarez Show on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
The Barry Alvarez Show continues after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesch Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, service, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
At Hard Rock Casino Rockford, the unforgettable experience goes far beyond the casino floor with the luxury of their dining and entertainment. Savor prime cuts and fresh seafood at Council Oaks Steak and Seafood, or explore 7 unique dining venues that deliver flavors from around the world. Then let the night ignite at Hard Rock Live, where the world's greatest acts take the stage. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Meet Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? For a limited time at TPC Wisconsin, enjoy full golf privileges and all club amenities without full dues. Pay just $150 per month through March to maintain your full golf membership with no golf dues until April 1st. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Schedule a tour or submit a membership inquiry at tpcwisconsin.com and start enjoying the private golf club experience you deserve. That's tpcwisconsin.com.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Couldn't have said it better myself, and that was with Coach missing the first leg because he was hot at the craps table. The Barry Alvarez Show, live on the ESPN Wisconsin app, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford. We're having an amazing time here tonight. Thanks so much for being with us here for this 2-hour special, our second trip in 3 weeks to Hard Rock Casino Rockford. We appreciate the hospitality. Great staff here, great casino, great venue to see live entertainment. The dining is amazing. And this is just the Hard Rock Cafe in front of us. There's all these extra dining options all around here. The Council Oaks Steakhouse, the UU Noodle Bar that Tausch keeps telling me to eat at. So we love everything.
It's a neat place. It's really neat.
It's a really great destination, and it's less than an hour from many parts of Madison. If you want to make the short drive down I-39 like we did in one vehicle today, which Wildy and Tausch can't wait to ask me about tomorrow, being your Uber driver tonight. Can't wait to tell them all about our road trip and all the great times we had.
I don't think
here.
Tausch could have fit in there. You know where Tausch is.
That's not very nice, Coach.
No, I'm just saying. I don't think Tausch.
Well, Tausch
is
he's a big boy. I mean, I've lost a little bit of weight, and I was, I got back next to Tarek. Of course, Coach was shotgun.
I'll
next
say
to you,
this:
Jesse.
I used to have a much smaller vehicle, and I would drive Tausch in my Honda Civic from Zimbrick Honda around.
Oh my!
And we made it. He was comfortable, so I
Okay.
think you're overselling him a little.
Hey,
bit there.
we're not saying anything about Tausch. We're just saying in the vehicle we came in today, he would not have fit.
It would have been hard. It would have been difficult.
Yeah.
But we need to get him. We need to get him on our show.
Had to position it right.
I behind the scenes.
We'll
for a
bring the
moment,
truck. We'll bring the Sierra.
I did ask Tausch if he'd be interested in joining us because he loves Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Well, you know what? That's what we should do.
Tausch
and I'll
hell
do some
yeah.
dice together.
Hell
yeah.
And we'll be on the show.
Tausch is up next.
Man.
I know.
We'll rock and roll with Tausch.
Tausch will be
Tausch, he's coach. He's an expert in anything, any game in a bar or a casino. He is an expert.
Perfect.
Nobody's better than him, and he is a great.
Maybe
great
Stoffinger.
teammate. Well,
can he shoot dice well?
I think yes, he can do it. He throw darts. He can play bocce ball. Anything.
Oh my.
He's racquetball
Why
or
is
cricket.
that, do you think?
I don't know. He's just very in tune mentally to the gamemanship, and then he's also very coordinated. His good hands.
He is that.
Good feet. I hear that's what got him to Wisconsin.
And Derek, he had terrible technique, but great feet. And he recovered really well.
Well, he was a tennis player. He was a tennis player.
Wide feet, short legs, long trunk.
Could have been a good swimmer.
You can't knock him off his feet.
Yeah, and he just he had really good feet because he was a tennis player. He was a court player.
Dude, Vonnie Holiday, first camp, he tried to run him over, do everything. He beat Vonnie Holiday on every rep, which basically got him the roster spot. He's an unbelievable athlete and gamer.
Well,
he's a great gamer.
And the guy has instantaneous cagey vet moves like he did when he got in the league. Because I'd watch film on him. We were in the league at the same time, and he'd do stuff with his hands, and maybe he took the wrong step and whatever, but he'd recover and he'd do it just like Coach said. He had this. He just got in the way, and he get his hands underneath, and he's
got good EQ, emotional intelligence too. He can kind of smell the room.
Oh my!
He can smell the room.
Wow,
that's impressive.
He knows. He can read the room. Wow. He reads the room really well.
He read the field.
Right.
He read that werewolf that was about to sack the quarterback. His emotional intelligence went through the roof.
He's able to reduce things down to just what he needs to get done. He's a multi-talented player.
Why do I feel like all these things aren't compliments necessarily? For
no, but these are. Him not fitting in the car is a different deal. That may not be, but
Listen, you want a job done, Tausch will get it done.
Yep, no doubt about it. He's my guy. Wildy and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon. Very well-produced show on ESPN Wisconsin every weekday from 9 to noon.
Oh,
I
in spite of you?
Yeah,
Shining
that's
star.
me. I produce that show. Yep. If you're looking for the tastiest hard seltzer out there, it's got to be Neutral Vodka Seltzer, made with real vodka, real juice, none of that fake flavor stuff. Smooth, refreshing, just plain good. You've got flavors like pineapple, watermelon, orange, and lime. So whatever the vibe, there's a Neutral for you. Perfect for tailgates, hanging with friends, watching the game. Keep it tasty with Neutral Vodka Seltzer. Neutral, keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch Neutral flavored vodka and carbonation. 4.5% alcohol by volume. St. Louis, Missouri. Guys, Wisconsin-Washington coming up on Saturday afternoon at Camp Randall Stadium. It is the start of the final stretch of 4 games to conclude this Wisconsin football season. Badgers have dropped 6 straight, looking for their first Big Ten Conference win, and they are listed here at Hard Rock Casino Rockford as 11.5-point underdogs.
A lot less than I thought.
For Saturday afternoon's game. 11.5-point dogs at home. So, what do we think about Wisconsin-Washington on Saturday? What are the chances here that the Badgers can get their first Big Ten win?
I don't. It's going to be. I mean, they're 24th in the country. They're pretty good. They beat Maryland, right? They just beat Illinois, who's pretty good. It's going to be a tough challenge, but I'm looking to see that same competitive nature that we got out of the Oregon game. And if we do, maybe with a good crowd and get behind them, maybe we could win this one.
I want to see them stick to exactly what they did at Oregon with the run game, but then you got to have some creativity and balance. If you get that run game going and let that offensive lineman tee off, you got to open up the passing game. I don't care who the quarterback is. If you have that balance and you're able to consistently have a good drive and move the chains, that gives us all kinds of momentum. And we have not been able to really do that all year. If we do that and I see one drive like that, I might go through the roof. I mean, I really would, because if we have a 7-minute drive, and put 6 on the board, I think the whole state might erupt. Literally. If that happens, because I truly trust our defense a little bit. What I saw in the fight, really the fight and the aggressiveness, especially in that first half in Eugene, man, we see that.
Our defense has played well. Our defense has played very well. They need some support from the offense. The offense has to do something. They have to respond. They have to put some points on the board. They have to move the ball, chew some clock up. When you're playing teams that are, I don't know what the point spread is. What is the spread?
11.5.
11.5? Okay.
Yep.
No big deal. But we have to be able to move the football, hang on to the football, and give our guys a chance. You have to use home field advantage.
Washington is 6-2. They're back
Coach,
into the top 25. Tarek.
Can't say it any better. I was talking to Coach Palermo about the Rose Bowl's defenses that we've had, and we were good defenses, but we were really good because we ran the ball 30, 40, 50 times a game.
You weren't on the field.
We were on the field. And that's the
best defense.
And this is the way we got to, and if we get bogged down a little bit, so what? We're just going to keep chewing the clock, and let's figure it out, how to keep our defense off the field. And
I can only imagine what it would be like to play in the front 7 on a defense and be out there all the time. I don't know the mental strength that it would take to continue to sustain is really challenging. And, that is why when you have an offense that keeps a defense on the sideline, and when they come out, they're ready. They're ready because that's a whole different ball game. When the defense is ready, rested, and, they got a break, but if they're out there constantly, that ain't good.
Then the offense comes out and goes 3 and out, and they're right back out.
I mean, mentally,
which we've seen a lot of this year.
I've been on those defenses. I did that in college.
Yeah. Both teams, in good games, both teams are prepared. They've got everything. But ultimately, one team imposes their will because they're consistent and they're controlling the ball. And then in the fourth quarter, their philosophy takes over, And we were able to do that with guys like Ron Dane and Melvin Gordon and all those guys over the years because we imposed our will on them. They didn't impose their will on us. So
Wisconsin, Washington, 3:30
what we gotta
kickoff
do.
on Saturday afternoon at Camp Randall Stadium. We'll be back to talk about it next week. Not on Monday night, though. Special Tuesday night edition to the show next week. That's November 11th. Next week we'll be on the air Tuesday night. Packers play on Monday night against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's why we're not on Monday. We'll be on Tuesday to react to that game. Look ahead to Indiana the following Saturday as well. Could be the number 1 team in the country by the time it comes around. We'll find out. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks to everyone here at the Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Indiana.
Always an
What in the
amazing
world?
I know. What the world of college football is crazy right now. Thanks to everyone. Thanks for all the hospitality. And thanks to you for being with us for our 2-hour special tonight here on Monday, November 3rd at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Thanks so much for joining us on the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Madison.
Your Honda gets you everywhere when it needs